Porsche, one of the most instantly recognizable brands in the entire world. However, they were just weeks away from bankruptcy back in the 90s. Let's dive in. With the economic downturn of the late 80s and early 90s, along with struggling to adapt to market changes, the company was flirting with fate. The recession saw some amazing cars come out, like the Countach and MR2. Definitely not that ugly IROC Camaro. That thing's disgusting. But once the bubble bursted, luxury items were on the back burner for many consumers. And with that, Porsche was left with tightening margins and an outdated lineup. In 1986, Porsche had sold over 50,000 units, but just 7 years later, Porsche sales dropped to 14,000 units, with the US market accounting for 3,000 of those purchases. The lineup in 1995 consisted of the 928, 968, and of course, the iconic 911. While the 968 was introduced just 3 years prior, it was based off the 924, which was introduced in 1976, so it was almost 20 years old. And at 32 years old, the 911 was the oldest model in the lineup. Porsche shelved the 928 and 968 and began to work on a new model. But first, on top of all this, inefficient production dug the hole even deeper. Hand-built models saw them produce a few thousand a year, but the scale just wasn't there. It was also becoming more expensive to make them at a time where money was tight around the globe. All the signs were pointing to extinction. To fix this inefficient production, Porsche, behind the ever-ruthless, I'm not going to butcher his name, hired former Toyota consultants to help streamline the manufacturing process. That ruffled some feathers over in Stuttgart, but the choice paid off. And the biggest decision to lift Porsche back up was also the biggest possible risk: introducing an affordable Porsche. Fail, and that would certainly see the end of the company as we know it. Succeed, and bring in a new generation of lifelong Porsche fans. Enter the savior Porsche Boxster. Introduced in 1996, this car was the saving grace of the company. It swiftly became Porsche's best-selling car. By the turn of the century, the brand had sold over 46,000 vehicles, and Porsche had managed to sell almost 165,000 first-gen Boxsters by the end of its run. In some cash-saving moves, the Boxster shared some parts of the 911, like the doors. An honorable mention for a model that rejuvenated the Bavarian giant, that would be the Cayenne. I hate SUVs, but I guess I'll give this SUV credit. Porsche's management team recognized the winds of change in the global market. SUVs, aka stupid useless vehicles, were becoming more popular, where customers could find luxury, performance, and practicality while hauling the family. They're still stupid though. The Cayenne fulfilled these needs while staying true to Porsche's performance DNA. History says that the Cayenne saved Porsche in the end, and granted, it kinda did, but no kid will ever have an SUV on their poster on the wall. In the end, Porsche thrived. They hold the most manufacturing wins at Le Mans with 19, and they continue to be an instantly recognizable, regardless of what part of the globe you're on. And with that, stay hydrated, take care of yourself and your loved ones, and peace.